Hello and welcome to this online guitar lesson where I'm going to be teaching you how to play the intro to Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. This song I'd say is kind of for people who are maybe they're coming out at the beginner stage, you've maybe learned some of the chords and that, but you're looking for ways that you want to try and make it sound more interesting with different concepts, so using like chord fills and using the scales to maybe like add a few extra notes in and stuff. So I'm basically just going to break it down, but I'm going to play it first of all so you can all hear how it sounds. I'm just going to break it down bit by bit and just guide you through each section and go through like all the little subtle little sections that you might be having trouble with. Cool. So I'm going to go through go through the song a little bit at a time. There's what I would call the first section, the part that goes like this. We'll do that to start with. So what we're starting out with is we have a little chord, 3-note chord that we're playing, 12th fret. We're going to be using the ring finger for that, so we're barring the 3 high strings at the 12th fret with the ring finger, and using the middle finger to come over and play the E note at the 12th fret of the low E string. And what we're doing is when we play the note, what we're doing is we're wanting the palm of the hand to come and rest over the strings just before the pick hits the strings, so it creates a kind of, a lot of people might call it a chop, where you are just hitting the strings. It creates like a percussive effect. So we have, and after we do that, we strum up and slide the chord shape down, and then we cover the strings with our hand, so we're just muting the strings. So I would just put all 4 fingers over, maybe round about at the 3rd fret, and then we have 2 strums, so down up. So far we have this. Sorry, between that we have the low E string being played. I think it's better to maybe play it by plucking it with the thumb, because it kind of pops out a little bit more. And what we're doing is we don't let it ring out for too long. We kind of cut it off with the left hand. So far we have this. Next section we have. So what we're doing is we're picking the open A string, hammering onto the 2nd fret with the index finger on the same string, playing the open G string. Then we have a double stop at the 5th fret. We're playing the 5th fret of the A and the D string. At the 5th fret of the A with the A and the D string, and then we're hammering onto the 7th fret on the A string with the ring finger while still holding this note on the D string down. And then we come to a double stop at the 7th fret of the D and the G. Played with the index finger, we bar that with that, bar both those strings with the 1 finger. Then play it once, we play it twice, sorry, but on the 2nd time we hammer on to the 7th fret of the D string with the ring finger sort of like right away, so we're not really holding that note on for too long. So see there, with this one we sort of let it ring a little bit, so like the hammer on is sort of happening in time. It's kind of happening, carrying the rhythm over to the next section. So you play that, once you've had the hammer on the 7th fret, just trail it off a little bit. And then what we want to do is we're coming to play a G chord next, or a little fill that's based around a G chord, and we want to use the thumb for that, and the reason for that is we have some notes on the higher strings that we're going to be playing with the other fingers. So we're using the thumb to basically come over and press down on the 3rd fret to hold this low G note. And then the index finger is going to be barring the B and the high E string at the 3rd fret. We're also going to be playing the open G as well on top of that. And And then after that we have a hammer on and pull off from on the 5th fret. So hammer onto the 5th fret with the ring finger, then pull off back to the 3rd fret. And then we're just picking the B string at the 3rd fret, so still holding the shape down, then an upstroke on the open G. Then we're playing this little 3-note triad chord here, which is a G chord, which is the index finger at the 3rd fret, the middle finger at the 4th fret, sorry, the index finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, the middle finger on the 4th fret of the G, and the ring finger on the 5th fret of the B. And then what we're doing is, after we strum it, we're bringing the pinky into the 5th fret of the G string, which is a semitone above the note we're already playing with the middle finger. So we're playing it, hammering, strumming it. Then when we strum it the 3rd time, we're lifting the pinky off again, so it's back to our normal triad shape. So all together so far we have. Then we put it back down, and then lift it off again. Then we have the thumb, again playing the G note, on the 3rd fret of the low E, and climbing up to the 5th fret. So far, slowly, we would have this. And then for the next section, over the A minor chord, we're playing this. Sorry. So after we've played with the thumb from the G note up to the A note, we have the 5th fret double stop on the A and the D strings, the ring finger coming at the 7th fret on the A string. Then we have another double stop at the 5th fret, but on the D and the G strings this time, being barred by the index finger again. Then back to the 7th fret of the E, and then we play the double stop again, but we're using the pinky, or you could use the index finger, to hammer onto the G string at the 7th fret. We hammer it on there, lift it off, and pluck the G string again at the 5th fret. So. Then I pull off from 7 to 5 on the D. From 7 to 5 on the D, and then to 7th on the A string. After we've done that, we play the 5th fret on the A string, and then 7th fret on the low E, which is a B note, and we trail that off and then play our open E note. So that whole section will sound like this. Then what we're doing is bringing this E minor 7 shape up to the 7th fret, where we're barring the 7th fret from the A string up to the high E, but then we've got our middle finger on the B string at the 8th fret and our ring finger on the D string at the 9th fret, and this middle note on the G string's being played by the barren finger at the 7th fret, which is what gives our E minor 7 tonality. So we strum that once, and then we hammer onto the 10th fret with the pinky on the B string, and then we pull off back to this note on the 8th fret. So then we hold this chord shape down and pick down on the G, up on the D string. Then what we're doing is we're plucking the E note at the 7th fret on the A, pinky up to the 10th fret, which is the G note, double stop at the 7th fret on the D and the G, so far. Then 9th fret on the D string there, while still holding down this note on the G string with the bar. Lift the ring finger off again to hit that double stop. Then we come to the G note here again on the 10th fret of the A, and then back to the 7th fret double stop there. So far that section would sound like this. Next section, over the B minor chord, using the thumb to play the 7th fret on the E string, and then we're barring the D, the G and the B with the 7th fret. There's at the 7th fret with the index finger, but we're also covering the 9th fret on the D string with the ring finger. So we pluck the low note once, strum the rest of the chord. Then we come to a little triad shape here on the 3 high strings at the 7th fret, barred again with the index finger. We strum that and we immediately hammer on the ring finger onto the 9th fret of the high E. And then we bring the pinky up to the 10th fret. And then we lift these fingers off and play the 7th fret on the high E, still holding these other notes down. Then we play the 3 strings again, but with the pinky at the 10th fret of the B string. And then after we've played that, we play just the 2 high strings, the B and the E, at the 7th fret. So this section with the B minor chord, after we've played the sort of section on the high strings here, we have this little passing chord here where we go to, it's the same kind of triad as what we use for the G chord, except we're dragging it up so that we have index finger 6th fret, middle finger on the 7th fret, and the ring finger on the 8th fret. We're also using the thumb there to cover the low E string at the 7th fret as well. So we have, so from the B minor chord it would sound like this. And then we have the similar idea to what we were doing with the B chord, where we're using the thumb for the low string. And then we have this shape here where we're covering the 7th fret, except in this case it'll be the 5th fret, and we have the ring finger 2 frets above that finger, sorry. So and then we have this next figure here. So here what we're doing is we're barring the 7th fret of the 5th fret, sorry, with the D and the G with the index finger throughout pretty much the whole thing, and we're using the pinky. It's quite a stretch. Now if you look at the back of the neck here, what you want is you need to have the thumb sort of here in the middle. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get the stretch of having the thumb round here. The thumb really needs to come round to the middle of the, with the sort of middle of the thumb in the middle of the neck, to be able to allow enough room for your hand to be able to stretch. So we're plucking the D and the G strings throughout this whole thing. So we have the pinky on the 9th fret, then the end ring finger is going to come at the 7th fret, then we lift that off and play the 5th fret on both strings. So then pinky comes to the 8th fret of the A string, and then we're also playing with that the D string, still with the finger at the 5th fret, then climbing down to the 7th fret on the A string with the ring finger, again still having the index finger covering these 2 strings here at the 5th fret. And then to finish that section off, we have just the 5th fret, again barred at the D and G, with the ring finger coming and playing the 7th fret. You're playing both those strings and then you're lifting the ring finger off the 7th fret and going back to the double stop at the 5th fret, being played with the barren finger. And then to simply finish this, we slide from the A note at the 5th fret of the low E up to B, trail it off, and then use the thumb to cover the 3rd fret on the low E string, which is our G note. And the reason for that is we're going to be using another chord shape here on the higher strings. Having the thumb there just kind of allows you enough room, enough time even actually, to be able to form the shape properly before the next section comes in. So far I'll play from the B minor section slowly so you can get an idea. So this section here, we're playing these little chord shapes. First one is we have the index finger on the B string at the 3rd fret, the ring finger on the D string at the 5th fret, and the pinky's going to play the high E at the 5th fret. The G in the middle is being muted by the ring finger leaning back slightly. So we should be able to play the D string right down to the high E with only the 3 strings that we need ringing out. So we start off with an up strum, strum down, and then slide it up 2 frets, then back to where it was, and then we go up to, we move that down 2 frets to like an F chord. This actual chord is a suspended 2 chord, so we have G sus2, sliding up to A sus2, back to G sus2, then to F sus2. So from the section of A minor, this is what that would sound like. Then after that we have a C chord, which we're going to be playing. It's based on this C bar chord shape here, except we're using the index finger to cover the 3 higher strings of that chord, and we're missing out the low string. It allows us to be able to, like, you know, throw in some extra notes. It's similar to the Hendrix style. I'm not going to really use any specific patterns or anything, but it's just a chance for you to experiment and try a few different chord fills out. And then move up to our D, and then we play the D for an extra bar where we have this fill here. So we're playing 7th fret of the D, the G and the B strings, hammering onto the 7th fret of the D, the 9th fret even of the D string, bringing it back to where we were, pinky on the G note, on the A string at the 10th fret, while still holding this chord thing, this chord shape down throughout the whole thing. Then to the 9th fret, then we're changing the bar to go to a double stop at the A string and the D string, 7th fret, and then we're bringing the ring finger onto the 9th fret, which is an F sharp note, while still holding this A note here at the 7th fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that whole last section there from the B minor part sounds like this. And that's the end of the lesson. I know that's quite a lot to take in, but the best thing to do is just to break down each chord section bit by bit. Just work on the particular ideas that are being used, and I'd say probably the hardest bit about that is getting the transition between each of the chord sections. But again, this is a good way of maybe working at a few different chord shapes that you've maybe not tried before, and finding, you know, other ways of how to add maybe some notes around your chords to be able to make it sound a little bit more interesting. So I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Thanks for watching.